Good morning. A confluence of negative events seems to be conspiring to bring the equity market down, so much so that the much-awaited RBI monetary policy meet turned out to be a non-event. The RBI cut repo rate by 25 basis points, an improvement in trade deficit, drop in core inflation, achievement of 5.2% fiscal deficit and slowing growth prompted RBI to act. Immediate monetary transmission on account of the repo cut is difficult due to liquidity tightness in the system. Deposit rates were increased in the last few months despite a repo cut in January. SBI says the repo rate cut is not enough for the banks to reduce their lending rates. Further revision in the cash reserve ratio is required for the interest rate reduction, SBI chairman said. The markets were spooked as political drama unfolded with the DMK's decision to withdraw support to the ruling UPA. The 2G trial court issued summons to Sunil Mittal and others in the additional spectrum allocation case, sending Bharti shares in a tailspin. The outlook for our market is a weak start to begin with. It could improve as the data progresses. A 10 billion euro bailout deal looks tough for Cyprus as lawmakers in Cyprus voted against a tax on bank deposit. The European Central Bank has offered some comfort by saying it was committed to providing liquidity within certain limits. US stocks ended mixed. The Dow was up 4 points while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq fell marginally. Asian stocks have recovered. A sort of rally is being seen in the Chinese market. Japanese equity markets are closed today for a holiday. A report from the US Census Bureau showed that the housing stats rose 0.8% in February while building permits jumped 4.6%. Market regulator SEBI has issued a framework on product labeling with color coding for mutual funds, a move that would help investors assess the risk associated with the schemes. The Power Ministry is considering setting up a National Power Committee for ensuring stricter grid discipline among the states and penalize the ones overdrawing electricity from the grid. The Union Cabinet cleared the revised and much discussed National Food Security Bill, paving the way for its introduction in the ongoing budget session of Parliament. As a part of aligning its production with sales requirements, Mahindra & Mahindra Limited has said the company would be observing no production days at its tractor plant located at Jaipur for 5 days and Rudrapur for 2 days during the period March 24 to 31st. Asian Paints Limited is entering the kitchen space by acquiring a majority stake in the Sleek Group that has a significant presence in the kitchenware market. The country's largest bank, SBI, said it has received Rs 3,004 crore from the government as part of the recapitalization plan of the state-run banks. IDBI Bank raised $500 million through long-term bonds in highly uncertain market marked by Cyprus bailout scare and DMK pulling out of the United Progressive Alliance at the center. Optimistic of completion of land acquisition for its 1,600 megawatt Daripalli Superthermal project in Odisha, NTPC said construction for the Rs 128.5 billion plant could be launched during the second half of 2013. Jindal Steel and Power Limited will acquire majority stake in iron ore assets of Australian firm Apollo Minerals by investing Rs 0.56 billion. Trends in the FII flows. The FIIs were net buyers of Rs 626.3 million in the cash segment on Tuesday, while the domestic institutional investors were net buyers of Rs 713.8 million as per the provisional figures released by NSE. The foreign funds were net buyers of Rs 533 billion in the cash segment on Monday as per the figures released by SEBI. Our recommendations, the technical calls for the day. We recommend selling Tata Motors March futures below Rs 284 for a target price of 272 with stop loss placed at Rs 290. The derivative strategy for the day. Short Hindalco March futures above Rs 93 for a target price of Rs 88 with stop loss placed at Rs 95. Thank you. I wish you have a good day ahead.